What's up, guys? We are taking a look today at a SH Figuarts release that I have just sort of waited on for a little bit too long. He's not exactly new at this point, but I still haven't taken him out of the box. So we're going to take a look at the Dragonball. Yes, that's Dragonball, not Dragon Ball Z. Kid Goku figure from Bandai Tamashii Nations. So we have got our little baby boy Goku here in the standard kind of box that we've seen for quite a while now. We got the big window, we got some product shots on the front. It's a thicker box because we do have Nimbus in the back there, and then we have got some more product shots on the side, we've got some more product shots on the back. So kind of same stuff we're used to at this point. Big bluefin logo down there as well. So let's rip this guy out and take a closer look. Alright guys, so here is Kid Goku out of the packaging, and this is a figure that I was really looking forward to and just sort of got pushed by the wayside with a bunch of other stuff that came out after I got him. And if, after watching this review, you're interested in picking up your own Kid Goku, you can get him at Big Bad Toy Store along with pretty much every other figure that I personally buy. I'll put some links down below in the description, but let's just jump right into it. We're going to take a look at articulation, paint, and sculpt, and then this guy comes with about 1.5 million accessories, so we'll go through all of that good stuff as well. Now, as far as articulation goes, he is, for the most part, pretty standard Figuarts fare. You're not going to get anything quote-unquote extra, but you're not really missing anything else. It's just that things are different. Things have changed a little bit simply because it is a smaller form factor. And when you get a figure that is roughly 4-ish inches, things that are super articulated kind of work a little bit different from time to time. But he is still relatively well articulated, and I'm pretty happy with it. The head can swivel. He has some down. He doesn't have a lot of up motion. That is a big concern for me. It's one of the few pain points that I've got personally with this figure. Arms can go all the way out. We do have pretty good rotation, bicep swivel, that Figuarts, standard kind of elbow, standard kind of wrist, so same stuff you're used to with any other figure. We've got upper torso rotation, and we have waist rotation. He does have a little bit of bobbing action, but not tons, not a great deal, but he can look down quite a bit. It's the backswing. Just like with the head, that is a little bit limited. As far as the legs go, he's got a pretty good forward kick. They can go out to the side pretty well, so you can get him to do a pretty decent splits. Not full splits, but pretty decent. And then you've got a standard Figuarts knee joint. It is a little bit subdued, and it's not exactly the most attractive, but it works. And then we do have pretty standard articulation down at the feet. We do have a rocker. We've got toe articulation, and we have up and down motion as well. The tails do not come on the figure in the package, but once you get them in there, they're on a small ball, so you can kind of move them around. They perform different functions. There are two, and we'll talk about both of them. But this is kind of the standard tail. You can rotate it around. You can pop it out. Do whatever you want. It's just on a tiny little ball joint. So as far as articulation goes, he is, for the most part, exactly what you would come to expect. It's not as articulated as some other figures, but again, I just chalk that up to form factor. And the one other thing, the belt does move as well, so you can kind of give him that windswept look from time to time. So let's take a look at paint and sculpt and the overall design of this figure. Now, as far as sculpt and look and the overall design and aesthetics of this figure, something about it absolutely just does it for me. I was not 100% like, I'm going to love this figure from the minute I got it, but when I actually got him out and got him in my hands, this is something that I'm a really big fan of. I love pretty much everything about the way this figure looks. There are some people that say that the head on Kid Goku is a little too big, and I think they might be correct. But it doesn't bother me. I mean, he has a big noggin to begin with, so it's not a huge deal. There's not tons and tons of paint on him. For the most part, he is kind of what you see is what you get. He's mostly cast plastic, but he does have some paint. We've got paint on the boots. We do have paint on the face, obviously, and he very much looks like his cartoon counterpoint. We do have a couple other faces, which I'll talk about in the accessories, but for the most part, I think he just looks pretty exceptional. I'm very happy with the emblems on his gi. I think they look really nice. The color came out really well. Blacks are very black, very saturated. It looks really good overall. I'm very happy with how he looks. It's just I think it's just a great interpretation of this point in Goku's life in the anime. It's a very, very accurate look to his Kid Goku counterpart, and I think it looks pretty nice. The tail is well done. It's got some nice fur sculpted detail in there. Again, it's pretty much what you see is what you get. Not a whole lot of shading. There's not really any shading on the figure itself, but it still works for me for some reason. The red color for the gi is very muted. It's not very bright. It's not very vibrant, but somehow it still works. It looks really good against the contrasting colors of his skin. So again, you know, I didn't think I was going to be head over heels with this figure when I first got him. I didn't think he was going to blow me away, and I'm still not 100% sure why, but I love everything about the way this particular figure looks. I think it's a great rendition of this character. And like I said, he does come with about 1.5 million different accessories. So we do have multiple hands, multiple faces, multiple tails, multiple power poles. We do have a Dragon Ball. And of course we have one big accessory, which we'll talk about in a minute. But as far as what the overall spread is, we have got 3 different faces. We've got his angry face. We've got his happy face with the closed eyes. We've got his happy face with the open eyes. We have got a tail that you can use when he is on the Nimbus, like it's flowing in the wind. We've got a more natural style tail. We have got a power pole that is fully extended. We have got a power pole that is sheathed on his back, and you can remove the pole so it looks like it's taken out of the sheath. And he even comes with the 4-star Dragon Ball because, you know, that's his Dragon Ball. And for hands, we have got 14. Yeah, that's right, 14 hands. We've got 7 different pairs. One set that comes on the figure out of the box is the closed fist hands. We have got a gripping set of hands for the power pole. We've got the peace signal hands. We have got the open palm, just kind of splayed finger style hands. We have got the style pose hands for just putting him into a fighting pose. We have got the karate chop style hands. And then we have got the Kamehameha style blast effect hands. So he is absolutely kind of filled to the gills with accessories here. I don't know that we have any other character in the line that has this much stuff that I can think of off the top of my head. So he just has pretty much about 1 million instances of things you can do with him, ways you can display him, how you can give him a little bit more life and character. But he does come with kind of his signature accessory as well. We've got the flying Nimbus to talk about. Alright, so here's Nimbus, and as you can see, there is a whole bunch of stuff going on here. So we've got this big hunk of yellow plastic, which honestly weighs more than Goku does. It's very, very heavy. It is articulated. It's got the tail of Nimbus. You can move it to kind of give it a direction, basically. But he does come with the Tamashii base with 3 arms. So we've got these 2 that will hold the Nimbus in the air. You can kind of give it a little life. And then we do have one that pegs in on the top that will have a claw that you can attach Goku to it. Now, I find that this one on the top, honestly, isn't all that necessary. You can get him to sit on there just fine if you balance him correctly without that arm, and I think it looks a little better. I do think this piece is sculpted very, very nicely. It very much looks like a big yellow cloud. It does have a lot of paint on it. Surprisingly, there's a lot of shading on it to make it look more like a cloud than just a yellow glob of plastic, so I'm very happy with that. I am glad that we got it. I think it's a very iconic and quintessential piece to the Goku puzzle, basically. My only real gripe here is that I think it is really goofy looking to have it hoisted on these stands. I just don't think it looks all that appealing to the eye, and it's very, very just kind of goofy. That's really all it is. I'm happy that I have it. Don't get me wrong, it's a great inclusion. I mean, it's like I said, it is quintessential to the character, but I think this is, all of this down here is just a little bit too much for me personally. So at the end of the day, I am about as satisfied as I think I could be with this figure. When I first sat down to try and do this review, all I ended up doing was playing around with the figure and taking a bunch of pictures. And I don't think I have done that in a very, very long time. So much so that, you know, I didn't actually get any reviewing done. All I did was play around with this toy. A lot of that comes from the fact that I think he has just the best mix of accessories I have seen in a very long time. I only wish he had a blast effect, but you know, that's not always a given with these figures, and I can kind of give this one a pass because he just comes with so much stuff. I think it's a great rendition of Kid Goku. I think it's a good first entry in the Dragon Ball subline of Figuarts, and I'm really, really excited to see what else they're going to do with this line, because we know we've got Bulma and we've got Master Roshi coming, so I'm really, really pumped to get a rounded out cast of older Dragon Ball style characters. So I would highly recommend this figure if you don't already have it. If you're a huge Dragon Ball fan, this is a must-have as far as I'm concerned. So that's going to do it for this look at the SH Figuarts Dragon Ball Kid Goku figure from Bandai Tamashii Nations. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Let me know what you think. Thanks for watching, and until next time.